Good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Tuesday 10 with CadChica Sports. This one is brought to you today by Q1 Productions. I am your host, CadChica, Sunny Cadwallader, and I just want to thank Q1 Productions for sponsoring this show today. Q1 Productions is bringing you the Digital Sports Fan Engagement Conference, March 3rd and 4th, in Dallas, Texas. There's more information on my Google Plus events page for tonight's show. You can also find more information on my website, CadChicaSports.com. And I would like to welcome my guest, Lauren Murray from Jimmy Johnson Racing Team. Lauren, say hello to everyone.
Hey! Thanks for having me on this week, Sunny.
Thank you. I'm excited to talk with you because you've done some great things with Jimmy Johnson on social media, digital media. Can you give everybody a little bit of background about yourself?
Sure. I have worked with Jimmy now for just under 2 years and have done so much across the board with him. Really kind of started with he identified that digital social space is something that he was interested in, felt like he needed to kind of have someone full-time that was dedicated to that. So I came on board. I kind of took over development of our website when I first started, and then just kind of making sure that all of his social channels were up to date, that we had good posts, all that kind of stuff. Over the course of time, we have worked on developing relationships with our partners and ensuring that the strength of Jimmy's social media is also translated into our partners and that we can help them and assist them with all of their programs, as well as coming up with some fun and innovative things for Jimmy to do on his social media sites. Before I was with Jimmy, I was actually at Octagon Sports Marketing, working on the Sprint account with the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series and working in digital and social media with the Miss Sprint Cup program. So kind of have a long background in digital social media, I guess as long as that industry has been around. So it's been very fun.
No, that's great. I mean, because it seems like it's really helped you out to work alongside with Jimmy, and it seems like social media has just opened up a whole new world for him and to a great variety of fans. Has it, I mean, most people who in sports know how passionate NASCAR fans are. Has it opened up to more fans just beyond the NASCAR landscape and maybe even some more marketing opportunities as well?
Yeah, I definitely think that, Jimmy is one of those athletes who has benefited immensely from the digital social landscape. He is, he kind of got pegged as vanilla a couple years ago, and that's a word a lot of people throw out. They're like, oh, Jimmy's vanilla. Honestly, it just comes from, he's a really nice guy. He's a really great person, and he's very respectful, and, he's never going to do a media interview where he's screaming and yelling and any of that. It's just not in his nature. So fans kind of saw that as vanilla. In reality, he's hilarious. He's funny. He likes to have a good time. So I think social has really helped him, and I think people seeing him on social media have been able to kind of enjoy that humor. He now spans beyond just your traditional NASCAR fan to, any sports fan, even people that aren't huge sports fans, follow along. I remember after Jimmy won the Daytona 500 last year, Ryan Seacrest tweeted him and was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, congratulations, Jimmy. So definitely out there beyond just your traditional NASCAR fans.
Definitely, and congratulations on the six-pack. I mean, that was fantastic to see, especially how it all just transpired on social media. And one of the best things I think that came out of it, I mean, aside from the championship, was Jimmy's Instagram account with him reenacting the scenes from the Hangover. Can you give me a little bit more details on that and the background of that? I mean, I'm guessing he's a Hangover fan.
Yeah, definitely. He's seen the movie a few times. Honestly, that was one of those classic social media right time, right place situations. We were heading out to Vegas, getting ready for the Champions Week celebration out there. Every year, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series hosts a champion out in Las Vegas for the awards banquet. It's a whole week of events. And on the way out, he sent a tweet that was some Hangover reference. I'm headed to Vegas. I hope I don't wake up. I hope I wake up with all my teeth or something like that. The response on Twitter was overwhelming. So many fans tweeted him back, responded, retweeted it, all that kind of stuff, that we kind of sat there and it was like, wait, this might actually be something.
That's fantastic.
Exactly, and so then we just kind of worked together, and I, went on a, I tell people, I'm like, it was kind of like supermarket sweeps. I was like running through Target and Toys R Us buying props and finding a life-size tiger, and then Jimmy was really committed to it and took time out of his already insanely crazy busy schedule for Champions Week to film videos, take photos, and kind of help orchestrate the whole thing. So yeah, it was really incredible. It completely went viral. It's one of those things where, again, it wasn't something we had planned beforehand. There was this funny tweet. The tweet got a great response, and we kind of took it from there. It ended up Sunday morning. It was on Good Morning America as kind of in the news, social media type thing. I mean, we were absolutely blown away, but it was very, very fun, and I think it was good for the fans to see that he's having a good time.
That's great. I mean, not to compare it to Oreo, but it shows how well tuned you and your team and Jimmy are to your fans and to social media, and it didn't require planning, and that was just one of those in the moment, real time moment types of things on social media that really become popular because they weren't planned, and that's what I think was so cool about it. So kudos to you guys. That was fantastic. Jimmy's part of Team Hendrick Motorsports, and I was able to watch a couple of the people from their digital social media team last month on an all-day Google Plus conference, sports conference, and how as with Jimmy as part of Team Hendrick or Hendrick Motorsports, how does that work with social media, digital media planning? Do you have to run things by them? Do you form team strategy sessions, or do you bounce ideas off each other? How does that work?
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely a partnership with the entire Hendrick digital social team. They're a great resource for us, and we're a great resource for them. We want to make sure that that everyone has the tools that they need to succeed. So whether it be photos of Jimmy or videos or even just getting video content, we really work together, which is great. It's so awesome. Hendrick has done a phenomenal job of becoming a leader in the digital and social space. They built an entire studio in their in one of the shops over here. Yeah, it's full green screen and set up for SMTs and lighting and everything you could possibly need. So they've really taken that upon themselves. They have a digital dashboard that has all kinds of metrics, and you can sit in there for hours and just kind of go through everything. They man it like all the time. So they've done a great job. So they're a huge resource for us to be able to lean on. And then I know there's a ton of collaboration when anything is going on. Obviously, we want to make sure that they've got everything they need to either help support it on social, or if there's a big program that's going on with one of their partners that involves Jimmy, obviously we're sharing information back and forth so that we can really leverage everyone's social assets to the best of our ability.
Right. Now, next month, you will be on one of the panels at the Digital Sportsman Engagement Conference in Dallas next month. You'll be discussing the benefits and repercussions of social media for athletes and coaches, and you are definitely a great person to have on that panel. What about the panel or the conference drew you to be involved with it? Is it because it's just solely of your work with Jimmy, or was there something more to it?
I think a lot of the topics that will be addressed in that panel are really interesting and kind of forward-thinking. I think there's a lot of things that athletes can do and sports entities can do in the digital and social space, and I really love kind of meeting with other people who are going through the same things we are, and how to engage fans, and when something bad happens in sports, how do you address it, and things like that. I'm really excited about what I'm speaking on. I think that there's a lot of benefit that can be brought to athletes and coaches in the social space. Obviously, there's some also repercussions that you need to be aware of.
Yes. Pick a week, and there's somebody doing something.
Exactly. So I think that there's the NASCAR, one of the senior executives at NASCAR says, you never see a tweet on SportsCenter that's good usually. So if your tweets are getting pulled through, you might need to consider what you're doing, which is sometimes true. I mean, it's something that you've got to be aware of, but there's also so much benefit to athletes being in this space. I know even just working with Jimmy, kind of giving people that inside view into his personality is so awesome.
Well, that will definitely be one of the panels that people going to the conference need to hear about, especially from your perspective. Will you be able to have time to participate in some of the other panels, or just as an observer, not so much as a panelist? And is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to at the conference?
Yeah, I know that I plan on going to several of the other panels and addresses that are being given. I don't know that there's one in particular that I've looked at that I'm like, oh, that's, I have to go to that. There's probably a handful. I'm also really excited. I've looked through kind of who is going to be speaking, and I'm really excited. There's some great speakers that are going to be at this conference, people that I would love to get in a room with and kind of listen to them speak. I'm like, this is awesome. These are all people who I've seen their work on digital and social media, and I'm like, I have the highest respect for what they're doing. And I'm really excited to hear them speak and kind of hear what they say and hear their strategy behind it. I know even little things like for us, the Hangover, people are like, oh, so that was planned for months, right? Like you knew going into that. I'm like, no, it happened the day of. It literally was a real-time response to fans. So things like that are just kind of interesting when you kind of hear that back from the people who lived it.
Right. Well, our time is up. I mean, 10 minutes just flies by really quick. Thank you, Lauren, for your time. With NASCAR starting up, good luck. I don't know how you can top 6-pack. There's no such thing as a 7-pack, but good luck to you. Good luck to you at the conference, and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful to be on. Thank you, Sunny.
Thanks. And again, thank you to Q1 Productions for partnering with CadChica Sports to bring Lauren to you today. Be sure to check out my website or the event page for today's show. I'll have more information on how you can register for the conference and get $100 off of your registration fee. Thank you very much for joining me. Join me next week when I will continue in the NASCAR mode, and you'll be surprised at who I might have on. Thank you very much, and have a good night.